What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy show. I am one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
You know, up until this point,
what are you doing with your mouth?
I didn't know I had another side to my face.
Oh, you've never been head on with the camera before?
Yeah. Well, we should preface that everyone's sick. And dying.
3/5 of Kind of Funny is sick right now with the PAX plague. The PAX Pox.
Kristine, we haven't introduced her yet, so we can't make mention of her yet. We can't even acknowledge that she's sitting to the right of me.
Miss Mass Effect. Kristine Steimer from SteimerSays.com.
There she is.
Thank you for stepping up to the plate,
kind enough to
coming
step
here,
in,
helping us out today.
So there's no Kevin, which means there's no one monitoring audio.
Right.
I think this
so
sounds good, but I'm looking at our...
You look at it all the time.
Right, I'm looking at our confidence monitor in
Yep.
this area over here.
How confident are you in the confidence
You guys
monitor?
look like normal-sized people, but I look like a giant.
You do.
You're a little
It's
close to the
perspective.
camera. It's perspective.
Oh, it's perspective. Also, I'm just really big.
Also, you're really pale, so that makes you
also
look
really
bigger.
pale. Thank you, honey.
White things look
Thank you,
bigger.
babe.
They do.
White things look bigger.
They do.
It's like
Well,
if
that
you
works to
wear
my
white,
advantage.
like it makes you look larger, but if you wear black, it's more slimming.
Well, and what are the stripes you don't want? Is it horizontal or vertical?
Horizontal, you don't want because it makes you look wider.
I see a lot of people wearing horizontal. I think is
I
that
know,
over?
it's a
Are we
big
done
no.
with that?
Yeah, people.
Are we
just
done
keep
with
wearing
no
it.
white
People don't care.
after Labor Day too, or before, or whatever?
I wear white whenever the fuck I want.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to.
Mostly, I don't really wear a lot of white
wear
only
white.
because I'm scared of spilling things.
This isn't a topic at all today, but I stopped in a Walgreens and I walked down the aisle and there was an older woman there, and I mean like 70s,
40s? Oh, okay.
late 60s, early 70s.
Not like 40.
And here's what I'll say: the old person you run into in a Walgreens in the middle of a day has not changed.
No.
That looks the same as when my grandmother would take me to Walgreens, and she kind of was dressed like that or whatever. You know what I mean? Like those. At what point, at what age do you get to where it's just all fucking done? No more t-shirt, no more jeans, moo-moo-ish thing, loose fitting everything, and you're just like done.
I don't know that it's happening anymore. Like I feel.
I
like
just
that's-
saw it today,
like,
Kristine. It's
no,
happening.
No, I know, but that's like the tail end. Like that will die off. But I'm wondering if
That will die off.
sounds horrible.
Sad.
But I just feel
Dust
like
in the
there's the youth culture happening right now, like, and nobody wants to get old, so
I don't want
they
you old, right?
are trying anything really to keep up their appearances. I don't know. I guess I'm just seeing like older ladies they're just keeping it up
I'd agree with that. I agree that a lot. I mean, we're a lot more health conscious now, and I think people are obviously living longer. But I think I think when I hit 40, I'm gonna start that.
The moo-moo?
Yeah.
Just give it up. Just be done with it.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no more
yeah.
t-shirts, Nick.
Oh no, I'll still wear t-shirts. I'll just do I'm gonna do what my grandma did. My grandma Scarpino, God rest her soul. She's passed, but she used to wear like really, really like the really nice sweatpants suit, with like really expensive heels. Well, she had her sweatpants.
Like the
Were they like the
juicy,
velvet?
like
Were
the
they the
juicy
velvet
with the
ones?
juicy on the
Yeah,
butt?
it was like the old woman's
Crushed
so
velvet.
she was always kind of comfortable and always just a little like we never had the heart to tell her, but I was like, Grandma, that's a little inappropriate because we're at a wedding. But
It's a white tracksuit at a
she
wedding.
was like 75, 80. She didn't give a shit.
No.
And you know what? God bless you, because if you're fortunate enough, or you're tough enough, I should say, to have survived that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wear a fucking
not easy to
sweatsuit
do
to a wedding.
nowadays.
Who gives a shit? Yeah, my grandma was hilarious. All she bought was shoes. So when she passed away, there were closets and closets full of shoes from Nordstrom, and my aunts took them back and made thousands of dollars. Because up until
you can return anything at Nordstrom's.
Yeah.
Well, you need the shank or a receipt.
What's a shank?
It's the sticker.
Oh, they had the boxes. Like she
Yeah,
had
which
all
would
the
probably
stuff.
had the sticker on.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
why
So
they
they
could
had.
return
It was just. It was.
I just want to clarify. You can't just bring random shoes to Nordstrom and return them.
No,
Sure.
you can't. They have to have sold that there at a certain point. Yeah, and they're getting a little tougher about that because I think people are abusing the that
I used to
process.
work at Nordstrom. Yeah, there was a lot of abuse.
Like, do you have a shank, miss? No, get out of here.
I'm like, I don't have a shank.
I have a shank too.
I have this
Scare you
shank.
with.
Take back the dog. You're like, we don't
When-
even sell
That's what we
dogs.
called the sticker.
Okay.
The shank. I don't know if it's
No.
I feel like we're fortunate though, our generation though, because we are the t-shirt generation. We don't need to necessarily worry about.
Yeah.
You talk to me like, when am I going to wear a movie? I'm like, why? When it's more comfortable than my Volcom shirt that I'm wearing right now, which is I wore specifically because I totally forgot we were filming 1,000 Things today, and I'm like, this is my most comfortable shirt.
But you look good in it. Look at that. You look
it's
good.
okay.
You look at that.
Looks nice.
That's a good looking shirt
We're
on
like
you.
the great
It's well, the Heather
You are
Gray,
great
as you
team,
know,
yeah.
because you're wearing Heather Gray currently.
Yeah.
You generally is a little more comfortable.
Sorry, guys. No.
What?
There has to be a fucking rule here. Because that's what Nick tried to say the other day. Oh, no, we're going to put the Diamond Dog shirt on the Heather Gray shirt. I'm like, I don't think I'll wear it. But these both can't be Heather Gray. One is clearly darker than the
This
other.
is a Heather Gray.
This is Heather Gray.
Yeah,
That's
this
more
is
like steel gray.
more
Thank you.
Yeah, it's more of a charcoal actually.
Or charcoal.
You're
Yeah,
right.
charcoal.
You're right.
Yeah.
But it's heathered, which is
Oh
Like
my
the-
God.
which means that there is the texture to it of multicolors. From what I can glean,
They're just
I don't
making
know.
it up, guys.
My
They're just
wife
making it up
says
as
shit
they
to
go.
me all the time, and she doesn't give
We
me
like
context, so
gray.
I don't really know. My wife's like, that's Gig'em. And I'm like, what?
Gig'em? That's
what?
not a real thing. Your wife made that
I'm
up.
probably mispronouncing it. That's why.
Yeah, I think you are.
Gingham? Maybe it's gingham. It's like a checkered pattern.
Giggity.
Yeah, I don't.
I'll Google it.
It's
You're
like a checkered
mispronouncing
pattern.
It
It is a
making
checkered
my
pattern.
What is
brain not
this?
being able to figure
Well,
out.
like
You're
you
doing
know,
3D. You're the Dudley Boys now.
no, not big checkers, small checkers is. I'll Google it.
Yeah.
You do
I
that. While you do
mispronounced
that,
it
I'll
right
tell
now.
everybody that this, of course, is the Game Over Greggy show. Each and
yeah.
every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each bring a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can toss us a few bucks and get each and every episode early. If you have no bucks to toss, it's not a big deal. Go to youtube.com/kindafunny. It's in my head from the Gamescast. Where you can get the show broken up topic by topic, day by day, until we post the entire thing on Friday as one big video and, of course, an MP3. What do you got for me over there, checkered boy?
Nothing yet. I'm not spelling it right.
So here's
He doesn't know how to do it.
I'm starting off with my topic. My topic is I want to know your worst sick stories of being sick.
Because everybody is sick?
Because everyone is sick from PAX. Kevin has 102 fever dreams. Tim's putting up selfies that are terrible. Colin just walks around the
Tim
house.
looked like he aged about 20 years.
Colin's walking around the house
Gingham.
coughing like he's some kind of horrible poltergeist.
That's gingham.
Okay. So just
Yes.
a checkered.
Checkered.
pattern. Like it looks like a picnic tablecloth.
picnic table.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
picnic
going to put this in.
tablecloth. That's Giggum.
Kevin's not here to edit the
I got it.
episodes,
I
so you're
got
going to be
you,
lucky if
dog.
I put any graphics on.
I got you. You keep
Let
talking.
alone
and
show you
I'll
what gingham is.
I'll show him what it is.
Oh.
Thank you. Here comes everybody. Here comes a Chiron from Nick Scarpino. That's it. That's
You
it.
don't want to use the red one?
That's it.
It's more like checkered. Like,
No, that's not. That's actually plaid.
well, I know, but it's so hard to read on camera.
It's fine. They see it. They understand. All right, there you go.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Ooh. Yeah.
Wow, there it
Pump
is.
that
Come on,
gingham.
dance it over. Colin isn't here to
Oh.
stop you. No one's here to stop you. You want to go to the bathroom? You just go.
Portillo's asleep.
I always get so offended when I have to go to the bathroom, and then you guys make fun of me because I pee every 2 hours, and
You're
it's
just
like
flushing
not
your
every
system
2
out.
hours.
Who's
It's
sick?
every
Who's not
hour.
sick?
What's that?
I said who's sick and who's not sick.
That's a great point.
You know, I mean,
Flushing. You're constantly flushing toxins out of your body. Is what you're doing.
boom, and hydrating my muscles and my brain helps me think, and I like the feeling when
Chris,
the
you
liquid
like
is
the
leaving my
feeling?
penis.
Kristine bought one of the jugs that filters the water, you know?
Oh yeah.
She did that, I don't know, a year and a half ago, 2 years
Yeah.
ago probably. I just started using it while she was gone for that week, and now I can't stop. Now it's so good, I can't drink the tap water.
It tastes
So
much better.
she bought. You mean like the Brita
Like a
filter?
Brita
Yeah, the
filter.
Brita
Yeah,
filter.
oh yeah.
It's been
Oh,
there
dude,
forever,
oh
yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was almost a point of pride for you to not use it though. Like
It was.
it started
This
to become
water's
a
fine.
thing of like, yeah, I'm gonna drink out of the tap water. Fuck you. And I'm like, okay, it's not as good. I don't know. We have the Brita water available for you.
I like to be ready for any circumstance. That's
I
why, like,
respect that.
That's why, you know, like, people are always like, "Oh, you don't have to bring your computer on this trip or whatever." I'm like, I want to be ready. Oh, and the other thing is like, I don't use the mouse or external keyboard for my laptop. I only
he
use the
wants to ruin
trackpad,
his,
so
tendons.
that I'm ready for anything. If I can edit, I can edit it
He's gonna get
anywhere,
carpal tunnel
anytime.
Next year. It's like,
my hand doesn't
look,
go
I'm all
anymore.
ready. My fucking hand's
I
broken.
can edit something anywhere, anytime.
I respect that. I will tell you the one thing I really like about the Brita is that it keeps the water cold. That's
Yeah,
actually
that
the
is
only
really
reason why I
nice.
give a
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
about it. It does taste better.
It tastes a little
but
better.
my wife, the problem with the Brita though is then every once in a while you have to replace the filter, or then it starts to taste really bad because then it just starts filtering through all the shit that's it's filtered out
Yeah.
before, and you get that really weird acrylic taste to it. You're like, time to change the filter.
Christine's
you gotta like,
militant about changing it. So
yeah,
I
you
don't-
gotta do
I'm like,
it.
Greg, yeah, change the filter.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like, I
bad.
don't even drink out of this thing, and now I do.
But I like that.
Yep.
cold water.
Worst 6 stories.
We're 6 stores. Oh man.
Oh, are you talking? You mean like flu sick, not
Yeah.
like alcohol
Not like
sick.
cancer. Oh, if you want to be alcohol sick, you could, I guess. But I'm thinking, yeah, like your worst cold. Like what happened? Because mine is I've told it before in passing. Is the Comic-Con story? Probably 2009, where I went and woke up on a Sunday morning. And I was like, oh, I don't feel good, blah blah. But I'm like, I'm gonna still walk the floor with Hillary, and I had to stop. I almost passed out. We were walking around the hall, and I was like, I'm lightheaded. I need to stop. Came home. And then woke up that Monday morning and couldn't talk, couldn't speak. Like, you know what I mean? My throat was like barely open. And it was the first time I ever had to email into IGN to be like, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't know. I'd whisper in the email, but I had to be like, hey, for the first time ever.
Like, what,
like,
write
the
smaller
Voice to text. He's trying to like.
It's like
I'm so
tiny.
sick. I can't use
6 font.
I can't use my fingers. That I had to take a sick day there because it was just so bad.
Right.
And that's when I stayed home and watched. I remember I watched True Blood. And for the first time, and I was telling you about it, and I'm like, this show's weird. And you're like, why? I'm like, I don't know. They're having hot sex scenes, but then he'll bite her in the neck, and there'll be blood pouring down her naked boobies. And you were like, that's weird. And then we're like, let's
And
watch
then
the
we watched
show.
it.
We watched it.
Until it was awful.
Yeah,
And
then
unwatchable.
season right around season 4, you're like, I'm gonna not watch this show
What's the
anymore.
show about anymore? But that was like the one that I remember like catching me super off guard.
Sure.
And I remember as a kid being sick. I remember there was one time where my mom let me rent RoboCop because like I didn't have pneumonia, but I was close to pneumonia.
Sure.
Like, so it was just like sprawled out on the living room floor and like like blankets and like have a little bowl in case I threw up because that was always my thing. I was always terrified of throwing up. Have we ever talked about this?
Oh no, I've heard you talk about that.
Scared of throwing up, but
It was both. My mom tends to exaggerate some of the stories. I feel. But
she's a liar.
I don't have a great memory because these are like early days Greg stories of how I had a blue bowl I'd carry with me because I got sick and like when she drive me to the doctor. When she drive me to the doctor, I had this blue bowl that I took with me in case I threw up in the car because I was terrified to throw it up in the car. And I remember that, but according to her, I kept the bowl for 6 months afterwards, terrified of this. And if you took it away from me, I got so worked up I would throw up. Now that all sounds crazy. But I'm not arguing it because I don't remember. She was the adult then.
You're not arguing it because there's a part of your brain that realizes that it could be true.
That does kind of sound like a Greg Miller story from the guy who peed in a Dixie cup and threw it behind his dresser. Yeah. So I don't know.
I can't remember the last time I got sick. I do remember the experience. Well, I mean, I'm feeling a little under it right now, but I think it's just because I'm worn out.
Yeah.
But when I get sick, I get violently sick to the point where like I'm under like 15 covers. Freezing, shivering, and sweating at the same time.
I hate that.
And I fucking hate that feeling. But there is somewhat of a silver cloud to being sick in that it's your body and life's way of telling you to slow down and relax for a few minutes and like eat whatever you want to eat and do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, but I hate it when that happens though, and you're so sick you can't do those things.
Wait,
I know.
so, yeah,
I'm so sick. I'm gonna next time I'm sick, I'm gonna play games and eat a pizza, and you're like, I can't eat anything and I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that kind of sick that often. I would get sick a lot, whereas mostly just my stomach doesn't feel well. But for flu sick, I get that, maybe once a year, if that. And the times that are the worst ones are when it's like chills, but you're hot. Like you just like you just can't feel. You're just I don't know. You just feel like a ball of disgusting germs.
Right.
And then when I would be like, oh well, I'll play big games. And then I'm like, this is making me dizzy.
Yeah. Yeah. Just being up, the energy it takes to do this is too much for me. And then you feel bad because, I'm sleeping next to my wife, and it's like, it can't be a fun experience for her to watch someone go through this, let alone the fact that I'm like sweating through sheets and every once in a while getting up to like go to the bathroom, do God knows what in there.
Diarrhea in the bed.
Yeah, it's like, I'm pouring out chocolate milk and you're like, what the hell's going on? I've never shit the bed before.
Really?
I've come close.
You've not shit the bed.
No, I have. Well, I have.
Remember when we thought you might? For cancer?
No. Oh my God. Remember how mad I got at you? Like really into it
and
too?
I was like, I don't know. People are telling me this. I just want to make sure we're prepared. I have a brand. I just bought a Tempur-Pedic. I don't want you shitting on it.
Yeah, you can't shit on Tempur-Pedic, bro.
I wasn't.
Unless like a chocolate covered marshmallow. You can't make a s'more. You know what I mean?
No, when I got diagnosed with cancer, and I didn't really know what I was up against yet or whatever. And I was still like, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to get to play games while I do chemo and stuff, which is going to be great. Because that was my thing. I was like, I'm going to get time to play games while I do chemo. He was so weird.
He was like, I'm so excited. Chemo's going to be great. And I'm like,
I really thought I was getting...
Are you okay?
I really thought I was going to get
delusional.
4 to 5 hours a week where I could just sit there and goof off and not feel bad about it. Because that's not how I work. You know how I work. I work myself till I fucking go to bed.
To be fair, that's what you should have done. You should have just taken a lot more time off than you did.
Oh, well, yeah.
You took, like, all told, a day off.
Yeah, there was that one day where I couldn't get up at noon. Yeah.
I'm not going to fault you for, getting the cancer, but at the same time, I'm like,
your fault.
I literally remember pulling you aside when you told me, and I was like, all right, cool. So whatever you need, we will make work.
Yeah.
Like, just take as much time off as you need, and we will, like, you literally could just come in one day, do what you got to do, and you're like, yeah, no problem, that sounds awesome. Never talk to me again about it. Do you remember coming in? We shaved your head. That was it. It was like.
Remember when I broke it to you, Drucker, and Altano
in that little office.
And as soon as I was done, and you guys were like, "Oh man," I'm like, and I turned to you, and I'm like, "I think we should film me telling I think you should do a documentary about me going through this." And you're like, "No, like I can't do that. You go get cancer, and we'll see how you feel about that."
No, it was just like, well, for one, I definitely didn't want to come up to the audience that we were trying to capitalize off of it, and I think that you were really good and sincere about it up to that point. But the other thing was I was like, I know you. You're just going to. Fucking, and no pun intended, kill yourself to not it's not that we weren't dealing with it, it's just that you don't shut it off ever. You never do.
That was frustrating for me.
And it's like, it's hard. It's really hard dealing with because I had that part of me too.
Like, just sit the fuck down. Yeah. Like, no, like, don't go to work. And when you were trying to go, because, your friend had passed, and I was like, you can't fucking travel. You need to get chemo. Like, that needs to be your number one priority. And I understand that there are shitty things happening and I feel really bad for you. And all I want to do is figure out a way to comfort you. But like, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I have to go. I'm like,
well, it worked itself out. It worked itself out.
It did.
Hand of God intervened on that one. We're
yes.
fine.
Thankfully.
We
went into chemo and they couldn't do it.
So remember,
his vein collapsed.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
It's a weird way.
It's common, but they just never felt the need to tell us.
The one for cancer, it was like, well, yeah, when it starts. First off, the shit the bed story. Was just that your aunt had told you of somebody she knew who went through chemo and shit the bed.
She did. Like almost all of the women on my father's side have had breast cancer.
I really hope we're gonna say shit the bed.
No, but so when my aunt was going through chemo, she had a really rough time with it, and
you were terrified of that. I'm like, and finally I was just like, I'm not gonna shit the bed. Like,
and then you're like, end of discussion, and I was like. Now can we get some plastic sheets?
The thing with the other one was there was one day where I woke up on a Friday for chemo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank God, because I wasn't going to shit that goddamn bed.
He didn't.
I would sooner shove Portillo's leg up my butt to keep the shit from coming out.
He's got a claw on it.
I know. I'm not.
He's got more than one.
It's like 4 or 3. I can't never counted.
I'm not benefiting from this. I woke up one day for chemo when I took the take the day off IGN to go get chemo or whatever, and I woke up to news that a friend from Missouri had died, and so I was like, I broke down, like I was devastated. And I was like to her, I want to go to this. Maybe I could get chemo and then get on a plane. And she's like, no, you can't. Da 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 da. So then we went to get the chemo, and they got there, and I broke down in tears before they even started. And they're like, what's up? And I'm like, somebody's dying. Oh, okay, sorry about that. So they came in, tried to go through my hand as usual. It didn't work. They went through this hand. They couldn't do it. They dug around with the fucking needle and shit. And they went to both arms, and they left, and they came back and like, yeah, like, so this is a possibility sometimes that your veins just, get too small and too hard to do this.
Yeah.
So now you have to get a port. And that's when I got the port in my chest.
Interesting.
Which they had, in the beginning, they were like, do you want to get a port? And I was like, what is it? And they're like, we put this, you go under surgery, you get this thing, it goes straight to your heart. You don't have to ever get IVs in your arms. And I was like, seems like a lot of work. I'll just do that. And so then like halfway through
because they never once said, potentially halfway through, this could stop working, and we need to get you a port.
If you're watching right now and somebody's about to go for cancer, or you're going to get it one day, get the fucking port. Just get the port. It's way easier. It's nicer. You don't get stuck all the time.
And then you don't get people digging around in your arms.
Yeah.
Fuck me, man. No, I can't do that.
So, anyways, I couldn't get chemo that day. I had to have surgery on the port, so I got to go to the funeral and everything. It was,
Well,
so it worked out.
I guess
but before
that's
that, before we had known that was what was going to happen, I was like, "Are you kidding me? You are sick." And although you don't really act like it, you are. Oh my, hello.
Is that Colin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's rocking out.
Okay.
I guess he's awake.
Is he trying to sleep? Is
that probably. He asked us to shut the door, and I was like, "It's way too hot to shut the door in here. Okay, I can't do that to us."
I wonder how much you can hear.
Probably fairly well.
Watch, look. You can see it.
Oh, you can't hear the music.
No.
For all of you out there that are listening, Colin's blaring music. No, I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
I just worried that we're disturbing Colin.
Got it.
But we're almost done.
I don't know what we do. We're not almost done. But we can't shut the door, and we can't not do the show.
Almost is a relative term. Okay. Yeah, that reminds me of actually the last time I actually was sick. And by sick, I don't mean I had a cold or a flu. It was that I had an experience that made me physically ill for like 2 days. And that was when I had my blood drawn. And
I forgot about this.
Holy shit, that rocked my world. No, what had happened was on the paperwork it said, don't eat anything from the hours of after past midnight the night before because it'll throw off your blood work. Yeah, because I'm a gremlin. It's going to turn me into what I thought that meant was don't eat or drink anything. And I got in there and she looked at my veins on my arm and she was like, when's the last time you had any water? And I was like, I don't know. Like it said don't eat or drink anything, so I haven't eaten or had anything since like 10 o'clock last night. And she goes, oh, no, that's bad. You should really have water if you're going to have blood drawn. Go drink some water right now. And I was like, oh, shit, should I wait? And she goes, no, you'll probably be okay. And I was like, all right. Didn't think to ask her what was going to happen if I wasn't hydrated.
Yeah.
So she had to use this special. She was like, well, I can't find your veins, so I have to use this special thing that looked like a 2-prong. Yeah, it was like a butterfly needle. I don't know what the fuck that means, but
it's just like really tiny. They're more expensive, but like they go in your veins a lot easier.
Yeah, so that happened. And I'm usually fine with it. I don't want to look at it. I'm not trying to see my fucking blood pumping out of it, but I'm normally okay. I kind of look away and kind of just don't think about it. I'm fine. They pull it out and I'm good. And they're like, you okay? I'm good normally. I'm like, yeah. But this time I was like,
no.
She was like, how you doing? And I was like, I don't, and this is a very foreign thing for me to say because I try to be tough and macho. But I'm like, I got to be honest with you, I'm getting a little lightheaded, which is weird. And she goes, okay, well, look down and like put your head down. And I'm
like, give you food or anything?
No, nothing. Like usually, and that was the other thing too.
Where's my goddamn cookie and orange
juice? Usually they give you immediately give you a cookie and orange juice and you start.
Sugar, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we don't have anything of that. And I was like, oh, okay.
What kind of blood bank
I was like,
was
okay,
this?
I guess I'll.
Are you sure you didn't just donate to some random homeless?
No,
guy?
it wasn't. It was for a physical. It was one of those my insurance
They're not
company
built
sent me
for
there,
this.
so it wasn't
How
exactly
many
like,
tubes did they need?
a lot. They took
Like
a lot.
6 tubes?
Yeah, it's like it was a ton. She was there for fucking ever. I think they took half my blood out of my body. I'm not quite sure.
Probably if you hadn't had any water.
Yeah, and so literally I was like, I don't know, I'm just feeling a little weird. And she goes, okay, put your head down. And the last thing I remember feeling was her like hand kind of here, like she put a cold press in the back of my neck.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of woke up like freaked out. It was one of those instances where you jump awake.
Yeah.
Because you have no idea what happened.
Yeah.
And I just heard someone telling me, and I thought it was a dream at first. Like, sir, relax, like sit down. Because I woke up and I stood up. Like, what the fuck is going on with
you
me?
started
right now?
shadow
Where were
boxing.
you?
No, it wasn't even. I was in the chair, still in the chair.
I thought you had maybe fallen off.
No. They had this little bar, and I had passed out, and I was like, what am I sitting in? And I passed out, and all the water that I'd crammed down my throat,
Yeah.
just totally
threw it
threw up
up?
all over
Oh,
myself.
wow.
Yeah, and she was trying to get a bin. She had like rushed out to grab a bin because she saw me passing out, and then she's like, the next thing that she knew was going to happen was that I was just going to vomit, and I just
I
threw
didn't know
up.
that happens after you pass out.
Oh my god! I mean, I didn't know it either, but apparently my body.
I do now.
My body was like, you have to get out of your system whatever is in your system. I don't know why. Maybe it was preparing me for death, but she
Everything
turned off the
evacuates.
lights because the fluorescent lights were bothering my eyes.
Yeah.
And she made me lay down, and she's like, I'm sorry, I have to make you lay down. Like, you have to lay down for the next like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. And I started feeling better. And I'm like, do you have any food? She's like, no.
Did they banana bag you?
And I was like, do you have anything? And like, can you give me some more? She brought me some more water, which was very nice. And then eventually she's like, you know what? And she went and grabbed her lunch and brought me like
wow.
stuff from her lunch. I was
my
like, you need to
God.
eat something.
And you're like, I don't do carbs.
Well, that was
Can
the
you
other
get-
problem
can you
too.
get
I think
some-
was that
can I get a hard-boiled egg and a
Can I get some
spoonful of
beef
mayonnaise
jerky?
on
Yeah.
a bed of turkey?
Some roast beef
And I
slices,
felt-
please.
Oh,
That's what he
man.
ate today. He had a fucking.
Well, no, to be fair, I'm on carbs. I'm back on carbs. But the reason I ate that was because we're leaving for Vegas. I didn't grocery shop. I'm like, screw it, I'll just eat whatever's in my fridge.
Sure.
But it sucked. It was so embarrassing too because when I walked into the place, there was no one there.
Yeah.
Because I was taking so long, they were backed up, and I walked out totally pale, totally looking like shit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there was like 15 people.
Fuck them. That's their own
Yeah.
fault.
Like,
They should have.
no.
They shouldn't let you draw
They
their
weren't
blood.
mad. They literally every single person saw me and was like,
Time to find a new doctor.
"All right, man. Like,
Yeah,
you
trying to
gonna
find
be
a
okay?"
doctor with a cookie at the end of your blood
it was
draw.
bad. It was bad. And then I had to go home, and I was late here because I had to go home and I just like curled into a ball in bed, and my body was just like in
Oof,
total
that's
shock.
terrible.
It was
dude.
bad.
And that took days. You said to get
It took a
to
couple
normal?
days. Yeah, it took about
Wow.
2-3 days before I
They
wasn't
really should have
woozy.
given you a banana bag or something.
I know. I don't know what a banana bag is, but I want
It's
one.
just hydration, like what kind of like saline.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it just has basically like
It's an
some
IV drip
vitamins
that gets you
and-
back
yeah.
on your feet.
That would've been
They do
nice.
that in Vegas in the little car that drives
Yeah.
around.
They do. That's
We
awesome.
get banana bags tomorrow after the strip
Let's-
club.
We should do that tomorrow. We should just go get one tomorrow.
As
We're
soon
all
as we get off the
feeling
plane?
They
I just do it.
have. I think there are places
There's
in
places in the
Vegas
airport.
where you can just go and you can get like a vitamin drip or something.
Yeah.
You can be like, I want a B12, not a shot, but it's a drip.
Get all
and
these
they
sick
just-
kids in. Get them all on the
Yeah,
should. We should
yes,
absolutely do that.
you
That'd be
should
a
do
good
that.
idea
Be
for
like,
it.
where's all the vitamin C that you have? Pump it into these people, please.
These kids got the PAX plague. What do you got for them?
Yeah.
The PAX plague.
PAX plague.
They're like this. Oh, we have that. We know that.
Wash your hands and you'll avoid the PAX plague and the Comic-Con plague
Yeah.
and everything else.
It's true.
It won't help you with your
Don't
blood.
half-ass wash your hands either.
I have a happy story
Sing
from being
happy
sick.
birthday.
Okay.
I'll tell it to you right now, just
Good.
real quickly.
Please.
My
No, I wasn't
my
trying-
mom.
I'm prepping.
I was
with
sick over Christmas one time. This is when I was in college, and my mom came home with her like a new dog.
it. Oh wow,
And
that's
the
a
dog
great
was
sick
like a
story.
little tiny puppy, and they were like, "Hey, we have to go do all the stuff because it was like Christmas time, so they had to go like my aunt's house and stuff like that." So for like a week straight, I was I'm like, I can't fucking move. It was me and this dog that was just sleeping on my chest, and I'm talking
my
like
God.
a little rat terrier that's like this big.
Did you get to keep it?
Yeah, it was our
Okay.
it was our
Well, I
dog.
didn't know.
Max.
The story
Yeah.
is set up weird.
Oh no, yeah, my mom totally was like, "Hey, I got a brand new dog."
Did you
and
not
like-
have to take the dog outside or anything? Because that seems like that'd
Yeah,
be
I
Other
did
pe- other-
occasionally.
did you?
But you
Or
weren't
did
that
you-
sick. You
But I
weren't
would
that
I
sick.
would get up and crack the door for him. He would go outside. And I would watch him, and then come back, and he would be
See
like,
a
"We're
hawk
doing this
come
thing," and I'd be
down,
like,
grab
"We're doing
him.
this thing," and I would just lay down and he would just
That's
jump
really
back
good.
on here.
That's
and
really
I'd
good.
Just
That
watch
sounds-
watch Ghostbusters with a brand new dog on your chest. It was
Yeah.
great. I'd fall asleep. I'd wake up, and he was like, "I'm still sleeping. Whenever you're ready, I'll get up."
Hey, whenever
Whatever you
you're
wanna
up for
do.
something, we can do something.
That
But
was
until
really
That's the
then,
nice thing
no.
about like Portillo doesn't really snuggle with me when I'm sick.
Yeah, he does.
He-
Look at him
He's
snuggle
not
right now.
that great with you.
He snuggles, I'm sure, with you too.
He doesn't snuggle that much. Like,
If
he's
I'm
not,
here.
it's not as satisfying as I would hope
Okay.
for
okay.
a snuggle. Like
okay.
he's usually a very snuggly dog.
Yeah.
But more so with you than with me.
Sure.
So yeah, whenever I'm ill, I'm always like Portillo.
Care
come
about me.
here.
I need
Come, like,
you.
come snuggle with me. And he's like, I'm going to be on the floor in the sunny spot of the floor, please.
Right.
So,
I gotta go
You
over
used to
my
get sick
belly.
a lot
See
more.
you
It
later.
felt like you've gotten better about it.
that was, like I was saying, I got stomach sick a lot. I'm better about that now. I just eat a little better. I think it was just a lot of, I don't know, and also stress and all those fun things can impact your tummy. So, but it was I don't get like flu sick a lot.
Gotcha.
And when I do, I go basically run and ingest all the vitamin C that I can.
Gotcha.
And then
that's
I
one
take
thing with these.
NyQuil, and then I pass out.
I'm good about it, but like I'm more worried about the car ride tomorrow with these sickies.
We're gonna get sick, you and I. We just gotta get through Vegas.
No, because that's not how it works. It doesn't like.
I
They're not
really
gonna
do think you should
breathe
go to some of these like drip
microbies.
bars.
I would totally do it.
I'll do it.
Go.
All right. Check out my Instagram right now and see if we went to the Banana Bag Bar or if
That'd be
we just went
hilarious.
to the Banana Bag strip club.